All right, welcome everyone. So today, we're not just going to talk about AI in theory. No, we're talking about a huge shift in how we actually get work done. We're going to break down how you can use AI, not just as some fancy new tool, but as a catalyst, something that can genuinely connect your entire organization.
Okay, let's just dive right in. I want to share something with you that, honestly, it took me years to learn. It's a lesson that can save you a ton of frustration. You see, the most successful AI projects, they're not just about having the cleverest algorithms. They're about connecting people and processes. And if you can just grasp this one idea, it can set your projects up for real, tangible success.
So what is that big blind spot? Well, it's the human element. It's so easy to get laser focused on the tech, right? We get excited about the models, the data, and we completely forget that every single successful AI implementation is designed for and with the people who are actually going to use it day to day. This isn't just about code. It's about the messy, practical reality of making AI work in the real world.
And to really see why this human part is so critical, I want to tell you a quick story. It's a classic tale from the trenches of AI projects, and you should definitely treat it as a cautionary one.
So picture this. You've got a team of brilliant engineers. They're following all the technical best practices, pouring time and money into building this really sophisticated AI tool. It's supposed to optimize marketing spend. And on paper, it was a work of art, a masterpiece of data science.
But when they launched it, crickets. Nothing. The marketing team, the people it was built for, they barely even touched it. And you know why? Because to them, it just felt like this mysterious black box. They didn't understand it, so they didn't trust its recommendations. All that effort, all that brilliance, and it just ended up being a solution looking for a problem.
And here's the kicker. They went back to basics. They actually sat down with the marketing team. They learned their workflow. They understood the questions they were asking. The second version, get this, it only took them 2 weeks to build, and it was an immediate hit. It was simpler, sure, but it gave clear explanations for its suggestions, and it fit right into how they already worked. They succeeded because they finally started with the people, not the technology.
So how do you avoid that 6-week trap? Well, it all comes down to a really simple 3-part framework. Think of this as the foundation for every single successful AI project you're going to work on. Let's break it down.
First off, you absolutely have to have a clear strategy. And I'm not talking about some vague mission statement you hang on the wall. I mean, knowing exactly what business problem you're trying to solve, why it matters, and what success actually looks like, all before you write a single line of code.
Okay, next up is implementation. This is where the rubber meets the road, where your plan becomes a real thing. But success here isn't just about being a technical genius. It demands discipline, it requires coordination across different teams, and it means having a relentless focus on delivering a quality tool that people can actually use.
And finally, you have got to measure everything. This is how you prove your value. This is how you make decisions based on cold, hard data instead of just guesswork. And it's how you build confidence with your stakeholders. Seriously, remember this. Transparent reporting is your best friend.
All right, let's get even more practical. I'm going to give you a step-by-step playbook right now that you can take and use on your very next project. This is how you put that framework into action.
This 5-step process is your roadmap, taking you from just a vague idea to a proven, scalable solution. Notice how we start by defining success and auditing what's already there. Then, and this is so crucial, we start small with a focused pilot. This lets the data, not our assumptions, tell the story of what actually works.
Now, having a playbook is great, but let's be honest, the real world is messy. So let's talk about the core principles that are going to help you navigate all those inevitable challenges and really ensure lasting success.
I want you to think of these 4 points as the legs of a chair. If one of them is missing, the whole thing is going to be unstable and fall over. You need a solid strategy, a relentless focus on delivering real value, a team that has the right skills, and you've got to be flexible enough to adapt as you learn. And here they are, the usual suspects, the most common roadblocks you're going to face. But the key isn't trying to avoid them. It's about having a plan to tackle them head on. You got misalignment between teams? Set up clear governance. Not enough resources. You've got to prioritize ruthlessly. And what about resistance to change? The answer is always education and involvement. So, to wrap this all up, let's just lock in these key takeaways. Breaking down those silos, it isn't a nice to have. It's essential. Real success stands on a 3-legged stool: strategy, engagement, and execution. If you can't measure it, it's not real. And finally, build up your team's skills and always be ready to adapt.
I'm going to leave you with this question to take back to your team. And don't just think about it. I want you to pick one target. Because the real transformation, it doesn't happen in explainers like this. It happens when you actually start breaking down those walls. The work starts now.